Grand final replay between Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club and, of course, the Thompson Tigers.
A quick one, Ronnie. You're the umpire's advisor or the umpire's criticiser. How are they going today, Murray Fanning and Mark Nolan?
10 out of 10.
Well, I reckon they've been very good.
We haven't really had them in our call today, so that usually means that they have done quite well, as we see umpire Nolan raise the ball for the final quarter. And here's David Cook to take you through the first stanza.
Mark Nolan bounces it, a lovely bounce, gives the ruckman every chance. Vilchens takes it out of the ease, tackled by Robertson, the hand pass went astray. Mark Brown first went to hand pass, then threw the right foot at it. Not too often he kicks with the right foot, but he got it up to half forward. Here's Paul Smith, hand pass to Peter Stripnicue. He's dragged down by Roach, who seems to be up the ground a bit. I don't know what he's doing up there. The ball clean bowls Ricky Neville, it's tapped over the top. They got runners here. The hand pass comes out to Roland back. It came from Ryan, back straightens up and goes for goal. He kicks a magnificent left foot goal from the grandstand side, half forward flank, swinging away from the play, but put it right through the middle.
And copped the converbial cheer too from the crowd as he kicks his first and a badly hurted sixth goal here this afternoon for the Werribee Central side. Apco Easy Shop final quarter scoreboard as well this afternoon. We're getting value for money. 6-11-47 Werribee Central's Corio 24-10 154. And don't forget Apco Easy Shops in and around Geelong, Newcombe, East Geelong, North Geelong, and of course sunny Bowen Heads.
And it's sunny here at the Western Oval. The ball started down in the centre again. Robertson versus Vilchens. Centre bounce infringement. No play on the call. It went to John Cousins. Just another kick for him. Up he goes to centre half forward. Mark O'Toole marks. Mark O'Toole goes bang on left foot. Shark, he's kicked it.
He's kicked a great goal, but
the ball's got to
unfortunately
come back.
There's been an infringement picked there by Murray Fanning. It's going the way of Gareth Buck. There was a holding charge, thank you gentlemen, as we see now that Gareth Buck.
So he still remains one goal behind Wayne Dykeman.
Yeah, but he's trying awfully hard to catch him.
Gee, that was a great goal. Unfortunately, free kick to Buck.
Well, lovely kick. David Roach in front too. Lee took a nice grab. Couldn't do so. Ball comes to ground. Now Vilsons kicks off the carpet, but he goes straight there to Johnny Cousins. Shepherds well for Mark Brown, who weaves his way through the traffic. Goes through the centre of the ground. Kicks up the centre half forward. Oh, Butter Edridge. Lee took a great mark. Loose ball. Tapped forward by Brad Spicer. Good work to Jackson. He just goes short there to Edgar. Plays on quickly to the run of Delaney. Under pressure, the hand pass, not a good one. Now McNamara, can he pick it up? Yes, he can. And great football, Darren McNamara. Left foot pass, a beauty to O'Keefe.
Oh, he finds O'Keefe. Great play, McNamara. O'Keefe takes the mark, has a bounce, then spares a pass into Tyquin, who takes the mark 12 metres in front there of Brett Membry, who's on him. And, well, Sharky might be hoping he misses this one. He's already kicked 7. He's going for his 8th. O'Toole, Sharky's got 6.
Bit of a contest between those two players.
What about the contest of Darren McNamara at half-back to set that up? He beat 2 or 3 opponents to the ball, and with poise he pound O'Keefe, who with poise pound the big fellow Tyquin, and who with poise kicks his 8th goal!
Well, 25-10.
There was more poise there than a Polynesian party. You know what a poise, P-O-I-S, a poise, that's the thing they twirl when they do those dances in Polynesia.
Very good.
Just thought I'd throw that in for you. Now you can give the score for our listeners.
25-10, 160 points. Corio lead to Werribee Central's 6-10-47. Good answer to that first goal of Werribee in this final quarter by the Corio side. Apco Easy Shop final quarter scoreboard.
Jason Doherty's back.
Back in the centre now. Vilchens tries to take it out of the ruck, gets a high tackle from Robertson and will take the free kick. He's in the middle of the ground. After that ruck contest, Vilchens tried hard for the Werribee Central side today. Just waiting for the ball to come back.
Been their best player for sure, Jason, isn't he?
Certainly, best player for sure. Takes the free kick now. Comes towards the grandstand side, Beck. And also a good lead there from Cole Fraser. And he takes the mark. He'll be kicking from just outside 50 metres. Not a lot of action in the Werribee forward line, so he goes short. And finds Ryan.
I question the selection of Paul Stretton. I've just been watching him there. Now, normally a full forward would lead, and he's got no confidence in his left knee, which is heavily strapped. And I think it may be a poor selection to have him in the side if you're not fit.
I think so. Ryan now from 40 metres. Kicks off the side of the boot towards the goal square. Oh, good mark. No, not paid play on the call. Vlado Semjaniv at the bottom of the pack gets it out towards Fraser. Stretton tries to kick it over his head. Has he kicked a miraculous goal? I think he might have. Oh, that's a fantastic behind.
Point. Yeah. That's the best point you'll see in a month of Sundays, right?
They've got him. He got you then, fellas, I tell you.
You're going to be like the accurate one. You're going to wait for the goal umpire before you make it into yourself. Okay, the ball's back into play. It's an out back for Corio, where Ray Robertson got a hand pass away, looking for his teammate in Cornwall, who's crashed the ground. That was Sam Janiv, in fact. Taken away by Jackson, gives it back to Vilsons on 50, kicks the ball into the forward zone. Now, they got anything down here. Roland Beck, who almost took a spectacular mark before, can't pick it up. Nor can James Ryan. It's out of bounds, half forward flank, perhaps forward pocket area. Werribee Central's into attack. It's 160 to 48 on the scoreboard if you've just tuned in to Country FM 89.1. Bringing you the footy today from the GDFL, and Corio, I've got to tell you, a long way in front.
112 points to be precise, as Roland Beck still works hard for the Werribee Central side of the forward pocket. He slung the ball onto his right foot, but again the Devils' defence stands firm, smother the footy, and it spills over the line and out of bounds, about 20 metres from the Werribee Central goal.
Stretton from behind, tries to get his hand to it. Williams, a quick handball to McCone, puts him under pressure, gets his kick away. 3 against 1. Ellis can't take the mark. O'Toole's there. That's Mark. Ellis rips it back again. Good play by him. Handball to the wide open spaces. Looks towards Fraser. Fraser can't keep it in.
Oh, whoops the daisy.
And
thought about relaying the ball very quickly there. It was Williams, was it?
Yep.
He nearly let that one go, right? He just held on in time. Good decision, because it would have cost a free kick. And it's a boundary throw-in, as we say, midway between half-forward flank and forward pocket. Vilsons works his way to the front. The boundary throw-in must be getting tired. Didn't go very far. Only hit the rover on the head. Fraser wins it, gets the hand pass away. Let's see if the boundary umpire can just bend the back a little bit more.
And they're giving Andy Williams a little bit of a hard time out there. A little bit of fun, but it might turn a little bit sour in a minute, because one might just go whack.
He was a singer, wasn't he, Andy Williams? Wonder he'd be singing the night, I reckon.
I think he might. Fraser's just ran through him, Andy Williams, but he's just pointing to the scoreboard, suggesting that, we're 112 points in front, fella.
Thrown in now, holds up Vilchins, tries to tap it away. Mark Brown does, towards the boundary line again, and just a lull in the play. Third boundary throw in on the 50-metre line, grandstand side. And Werribee Central's attacking. Robertson to do battle with Vilchins again over the back. Beck taps it straight towards O'Keefe. Can't handle it the first attempt. Sits and waits, gets a high tackle off Beck. Holding the ball, umpire Fanning says.
He had the hand around his neck.
Yeah, didn't he?
Had the glasses right on it. I think it came up on the screen too.
But Roland Beck plays on and kicks short towards Edgar. It's a shocking kick. And the umpire will come in and bounce the ball. Umpire
GDFL Bingo set a scoreboard on screen there, Ronnie, 160 to 48.
Yes, it's good for a Corio supporter, isn't it?
Thrown up. Good play by McClellan, who's back on the ground. Pack develops. Jackson tries to come out with it. He can't do so. Mostert gets the handball out towards McCone. It's in the centre square at the moment. Williams, good play. Gets it to Brown. They can run here. Ettridge on the wing. Goes to the right boot towards the Baker boy, and the Baker boy takes the mark.
Cole Fraser and Eddie Weaver still not happy. The Baker boys got it. It's called by Jason Doherty. Goes to the leader. Tyke when he dives forward. He didn't hold the mark, though. Membry caught behind. Got lucky on this occasion. It rebounded to him. Membry's kick not too good. 2 on 1 here. The Baker boys got another chance. He's shepherded it up by Brown. Baker chips it in short. Oh, Ettridge, the batter, has been coat hanging. And he'll take the free kick and the ringing in the right ear for some time, I would think. He must have thought he was Charles Lawton. Then the bells.
You should have been on the stage.
What time does it go? Free kick to Mark Edwards. That was a gutsy one from the butter. I reckon he really earned that one. He stopped ringing the ear now and is going to put it on the boot. That's the idea, Butter. Nice long kick into the goal square. Tykeman's in front. No mark. It's ground level. Paul Smith the chance. Well tackled Ashley Davey. The ball's free in the goal square. Johnson got a little hand pass backwards. They might get out of this, the Centrals.
Timmy Ellis
it was. Left foot kick to Beck. He's behind. Marked brilliantly by Dave Roach, who had, if he didn't mark, he had 2 to help him. Here's one of them, Nevada Cornwall. The other one was Mark Brown. Now, Nevada goes into the forward pocket. Tykeman got hands on it again as he tumbled forward. Couldn't take the mark. He slaps it over the boundary line, and the big fella's looking a bit tired down there.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Cookie, because, well, let's face it, he's only had 12 shots at goal and kicked 4.
So, you can nearly taste the froth of the first one, I reckon.
Tykeman in front, got it down towards Paul Baker. It bounces towards O'Toole. He sits, Sharkey turns around, left foot. He hasn't snaffled this one, though. 1 behind, 6 goals, 2 this afternoon for Mark O'Toole. And I would think that, Wayne Tykeman might be ready to come off soon, maybe. 25-11, 161, Werribee Central 6-12, 48, 113 points the difference.
Kick back into play is a good one. Aim for Wilsons. He's up. Couldn't hold the mark at ground level. Robertson works hard. Wilsons kicks it off the ground. However, gains a few metres. It's out to centre wing now. Edgar lays a great tackle on his opponent and throw the ball away. Do you play the advantage there? He has done. The ball winds up with James Ryan left half forward on the 50-metre line. He kicks in towards Paul Stretton, who let out but couldn't quite get the contest there, and it is out of bounds off hands, and Jason Doherty points back to Wayne Tolkien for me. He has got hands on knees, trying to get the air back into those puffing lungs.
Well, the ball's now 40 metres from the Werribee Central goal. Coming out in front, Vlado St. having run on the ball. Met heavily there by Darren Fraser, and it's gone back over line, and we'll have another throw in. This time it'll be about 50 metres out from the Werribee Central goal. Time clock showing nearly 10 minutes gone to the final stanza.
McClellan to do the ruck work against Semjaniv. Semjaniv gets it down to the front. He picks it up again himself. Good work. The big man out the back of the pack. Tries to give it to Mark Brown. Puts him under pressure. Cole Fraser close to the boundary line. And a free kick found.
He's a little bit vigorous at the moment, Cole Fraser.
And also Brendan Jackson on Semjaniv. And that was where the free kick was. And 50 as well.
Yeah, I think a little bit of frustration is starting to creep in now. They're probably feeling a little embarrassed, I think, by the whole thing. And you tend to get a little bit, spit the dummy a bit, don't you?
Well, Big Vlado decides to, he wants to hand pass to Dave Roach, who's running past. He'll probably just give it back to him anyway now because there's no one with him.
He's got it.
And umpire Fanning still insisted in going back behind the mark. I thought he went back, perhaps he hadn't blown time off. That's what it was. And now we might see Big Vlado put the boot into it. He does. Wobbly old kick.
I can see why he won the handball.
Yeah, it was a shocking kick. It hit Paul Smith on the chest just between the centre and centre-half back for the Centrals.
Long kick to half forward, Stretton underneath it, but it can't mark the ball. Can Cole Fraser pick it up? He can, the little rover shoots it, goal! But no luck here this afternoon for Cole Fraser because good passage of football there for the Centrals, but he's offline and kicks their 13th behind here this afternoon. 6:13:49, Werribee Centrals, Charlie Corio, 25-11, 161.
That's on the GDFL Bingo Centre and Geelong Football Umpires League final quarter scoreboard. The kick from Roach was very, very short. He's done this a few times. He finds Big Vlado Simjani, who takes the mark in the back pocket. He kicks up towards, shorter centre wing. Wilsons takes a great mark. Hand pass across to the run of Roland Beck, who's up and running, and he kicks it down the forward line, puts it straight in the arms of Roach. He's got one out here on his own. If he can get it to him, it was McNamara. The kick wasn't too good. Now McNamara's got two to boot. He can't do that. Here comes McLennan, picks it up. He goes for goal on the right foot. Long kick from McLennan, and it's way offline. It's out of bounds on the full, not troubling the goal umpire at all.
Well, after a goal avalanche from Cry, they've only kicked one in this quarter. And free kick in the last line of defence for Corio. Semjaniv goes to the outer side, looks for McNamara and also out there McClellan. It's going to go over the boundary line though, and a boundary throw-in on 50 metres for Werribee Central's outer side here at the Western Oval. 112 points the difference. One goal apiece in this final term. Robertson takes it out of the ruck. He's kick smothered. Cornwall runs onto it, can't take it with him. In there helping him out is Mostert, gives it back to Robertson. Kicks underneath, free kick. No, it was a throw. And free kick to Timmy Ellis for Werribee Centrals.
Well, he's kicked the ball with great delight this afternoon, Timmy Ellis. A lot of penetration in his kicking this afternoon, and he's just inside 50.
Unfortunately, though, for you, Cookie, it's Brendan Jackson that's taking the kick.
Yes, well, Jason sold me a dummy there, and I took it very nicely. Now, Brendan Jackson, he's a little bit smaller than Timmy, might be able to kick that ball. Thank you very much, Jason.
My pleasure.
In he comes, long right foot kick, it drifts way offline, and Stretton gives a big Ray Robertson a bit of a shove towards the point post there. Ray's made contact, the ball's gone through for a point.
I think they would have liked to have Tim Ellis kick the ball instead of Jackson on that occasion. But
yes, without a doubt.
Well, I certainly would have anyway. I would have got one right.
Roach to kick it back in. 6:14:50 plays 25-11, 161, 111 points of difference. Good kick in from Roach, finds Ettridge at centre half back. He plays on up towards centre wing. Brown behind. Beck can't take the mark. Andrew Williams is also there. Pack develops on the wing. Umpire lets it go. Good play. Now they have to come in now, Umpire Nolan, and bounce the ball on centre wing as we see Michael Mostert come off for a rest, and coming on Mick O'Toole. Buck taps it down. Good tap down to Alice. Gets around one. You can have a kick now. Up towards Stretton, who leads. It's over. Oh, one hand. Gets another hand to it, but can't take the mark. James Ryan, handball back inside. There's only Corio players there, though, and Robinson gives it off to Dave Roach. Now he can run to centre half back. He runs out of side. He's taken 3 bounces.
He can run the full forward.
He slipped over though. He's got a good shepherd by Semjaniv. Short little kick, and he's found on the outer side, O'Keefe.
Well, that's how much time he had. He could fall over, still get up, and still find O'Keefe. He chips the pass in towards Ashley Davey, was it? At the bottom of that was Butter Ettridge at the bottom of that pack, and every time Butter's got the ball, he's got clobbered. Well and truly, he gets the free kick for this one.
And 50 metres for not getting the ball back.
Well, he was the defensive side of the centre here. Now be well and truly the attacking side. And the 50 metres, let's just watch it. Is so far about 70, I reckon. It's not a bad one, that one. And Mark Ettridge, he's just going to kick from just outside the 50-metre line. Tyke will be calling for it down there, no doubt. He gets under at the big fella. He takes it. No, he just lost it on the third occasion. He had it lost it at the front of the pack. Williams got a little hand pass out. They're under pressure down there. Picked up there by Darren Fraser of the Centrals. He chips it out wide and finds rough Robbie Edgar in the back pocket.
Edgar now plays on over the top to Darren Fraser. Fraser, which way does he go? Back inboard. Now he goes back towards the defensive side of the ground. Looks up there for Wilsons. Finds in the big fella. Feeds off the hand pass to the run there of Govan. His left foot kick looks to Cole Fraser, but McCone's there. Knocks it in front of him. Butters up well, does McCone. And the ice cream parlour boy, long bomb, but it's no one home for Corio at centre half forward. And Brad Spicer takes the footy.
Oh, shouldn't have played on though. He's got surrounded by Corio players. O'Keefe sits and waits for the ball. He's dropped the ball and play on the call. Advantage, Barry Delaney, short kick, the lead from Beck. Oh, has to sit and wait, hits him in the head. He needs the cricket helmet. Left-hand handball to Paul Smith is good. Sets him up, and a short kick to him is Luddick. Luddick at 50, he can run on now. He's got Stretton in the square. He should go for goal. He's done so, and he's kicked the goal. Has he? Roach come. Oh, Stretton's marked over the back of Roach, turned around and kicked a goal.
Better play then. They've been too slow getting the ball down to Stretton. Every time he's gone for it, Ray Robinson's been back there knocking it away. Roach has been in there as well. And Semjaniv, of course, that time, Luddick played on quickly, got the ball to him, used the body nicely, did the big fellow, took the mark. It was going to be a goal if he had not, but he took the mark, kicked a nice goal.
Murray Fanning just having a chat there to Dave Roach for some time. I didn't quite see what that was about, but...
possibly asking what time proceedings kick off out there at the Corio Sporting Club tonight, Ronnie.
Straight after the game, I'd reckon. 105 points the margin. Corio now, 25-11, 161. Werribee Central 7-14-56. On the duty of Hell Bingo Centre, Geelong Football Umpires League. Final quarter scoreboard.
So back in the centre now. Filchins to do battle with Robertson as they have done all day. It'll favour Robertson. Jackson goes up, tries to push Robertson. He taps it towards Cornwall. Gets his kick away towards centre half forward. Ashley Davey takes the mark. He's got runners by left and right. Gives it to Williams, then gives it to Dave Cousins. He takes a bounce. He can kick the goal. He measures the kick. Can Buck get back there? He does. He can't take the mark though, and we'll see it through for a behind.
Just tried to pop that one, didn't he? He didn't really drill it, but he kicked some lovely long kicks today. But that one he was sort of about 40-35 metres out and just into the slide breeze perhaps, but just didn't drill that one. Ball kicked back into play, not a bad kick too. One out over half back, Cousins up, can't take the mark. Somehow manages to flip it out of the pack, but needs a bit of support, hasn't got any. Through they come. The big fella got the kicking of flatness, he did so too. Got out the centre wing anyway. Here comes McNamara. Trouble. Very high tackle. I said, don't worry about it, McNamara. You've got to get up and got to really earn a kick here at the minute. Really, that looks a bit high. And drove his nose into the ground. It's a boundary throw in.
Well, we've got this time McClellan and Robinson in front being held, and we'll get the free kick.
McClellan was that player I was struggling with before.
That's it. That's okay. He hasn't been a regular player this year in Werribee side, and quite a big, strapping young fella. As Ray Robertson feeds off the hand pass now. Ricky Neville runs through centre half back, looks out wide to the Baker boy, over his head. But he's good enough to spin in mid-air virtually. But he's hotly pressed there by Jock Ryan. And Jock was happy to see it go over the line and out of bounds. Out of side centre wing here at the Western Oval. Time clock showing about 16 minutes gone on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. And the margin at the moment, 106 points. Corio leading.
Wilson takes it out of the air, hand pass back towards a teammate there in Jackson, having a bit of trouble handling the foot. He was a bit hot. He's set upon there by, Johnny Cousins in the thick of things again, and getting up Nevada Cornwall in the thick of things again, laying the tackle. Timmy Ellis at the bottom of the pack. It's a ball up decision to the centre of the ground. 162 plays 56. Been a landslide here for Corio. They've never looked like doing anything else but winning by a big margin. As Nevada Cornwall gets the hand pass to Darren McNamara. Up an understanding start towards centre half forward.
Yeah, good mark.
Good mark taken there.
Brad Spicer. Goes out wide to looking for Roland Beck. It doesn't sit for him. Andrew Williams, it does though. He can turn around. He's got Tyquin in the pocket. He turns it back onto his left foot. Short little kick 3-on-1 here. Spicer does well though. Good play by him. Gives it towards Membry. He beat 3 players there. Handball over the top from Membry inside towards Scotty Johnson. He turns around. Short little kick towards Paul Smith at half back. And Paul Smith will relieve the pressure for Centrals. Standing the mark, John Cousins. Smith goes in towards the centre. He's got a number of players there. McClellan can't take the mark. Jackson's there also. Butter Edridge straight through, bores through the pack, but can't get through and is held up. So a ball up just inside the centre square on the wing. 106 points the difference, Corio in front.
It's a big margin. They bounce it down. Johnny Cousins does the ruck work on this occasion, knocks it down. It goes back towards Scott Johnson. His hand pass out forward's okay to Smith. Smith straightens up and goes with the hands to Roland Beck. Left foot kick by Beck. Luddick was looking the wrong way. Dave Roach wasn't. He just went up and took a nice, easy, unopposed mark. Now he loves to kick across the ground, Dave Roach. He's done it again here. Put his teammate McCone under pressure. Gathered and a flying shot at the goal. If it's not a goal, it'll be a free kick, I think.
Great goal, Jock Ryan.
Jock Ryan, I think it is, yeah. Did he kick the goal, Ronnie?
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, he won't win another one. He just put one on the board there for the Centrals, and Dave Roach, well, he's been doing that all day, and he finally got trapped. I don't suppose it matters much, does it, really?
I don't think he appreciated the treatment he got from Luke Luddick either, because he took off after him when he got rid of the ball. And, well, the GDFL Bingo Centre and Geelong Football Umpires League final quarter of scoreboard now. It moves Werribee to 8-14-62. There are 100-point trailers over Corio, 25-12, 162.
Outscored, Werribee Central's outscored Corio 3-1 in this final term. Just making the scoreboard look a bit more respectable.
Yes, and it looks like the Corio, or the scoreboard attendant there is fallen asleep. Oh, yes, there he is. He's now going to
he like you, Ronnie. He's a bit tired about this time of the day. The sun's streaming in. We've kept you awake pretty well today. That's very good of you to stay awake with us today.
Only 4 quarters to go, Broney.
That's it. Bounce down back in the centre. Sugar Ray Robertson does the ruck wheel. He tries to take it out of the air, but it rebounds to Brenton Vilchens. He tumbles the punt into the forward line. Out comes Baker and takes the mark for Corio. Hand pass immediately to McNamara. McNamara gives it back to Baker. He's in all sorts of trouble, got rid of it, and then was pulled off it by Jock Ryan. And Paul Baker takes free kick defensive side of the centre of the ground. Almost out on the wing here. Ball bouncing on its end. Won't get back to him now. It does. Ricky Neville just telling him which way to kick it there. And Paul Baker elects to go short. The lead is on, and Darren McNamara, who they worked together just a minute ago, he takes the mark, he kicks it across the centre of the ground. 2 options, Mark Brown 1, and the other was Robertson. Robertson a bit tired, leaves it for Brown, who breaks and after taking the mark, long left foot kick towards Little Williams. He can't mark, knocked back by Paul Smith of the Centrals. Here comes Pricer out of defence, right foot kick in towards the centre of the ground. Ricky Neville uses the fist well over the top of McClellan at the back of the pack. Oh, Big Vlado went without it. Now he's lost it. Here comes Ryan as it tried to break his way through the pack.
Good play.
Free kick to
Semjani, Van 50 again. I think that's 3 in this quarter against Werribee Centrals. So just showing their frustration at being so far behind in this final quarter. And Dave Roach will come down and kick from about... Oh, in fact, I think Dave Roach is just carrying the ball for Vlado. Vlado's obviously a little bit tired.
He's tired. It's Vlado. He's probably surely.
Unless Dave Roach wanted to get in on the act and kick the goal.
I think he did. He was up there a bit. By Fatty was a wake-up to it. He gives it to Vlado now. He punt kicks out to right half forward, and a mark well taken and well earned as Roland Beck came over the top there of his opponent in Nevada Cornwall, who's copped a few for his corner today, but he took that courageous mark outside the 50-metre zone. Now, who wants it? Sharky or Big Wayne Tyquin? Sharky says me. And actually looks there for O'Toole, kills it up in front of him. Wilson's come from behind. That was Sapak, come from behind, got the fist into it. Down to the ground. Robbie Edgar does well at ground level for the Centrals. Chips it out wide, and he'll find Roland back at right half back.
Beck now. Tyquin stands the mark, plays on, kicks it towards the wing. Oh, he's picked out 4 Corio players, and one of them is Dave Roach. He takes the mark in front of McClellan. Handballs to the leader of the band, McNamara. He runs through the centre. Great kick towards Davey, but chipping in was Stripnicue. Takes the mark and runs off from centre half back. The lead from Ryan in front of Baker. Can't take the mark. Good recovery though. Handball over the top to Barry Delaney. Should be able to get away from Robertson and does. The kick towards Stretton. Semjaniv in front. 2-on-1 though now. Good play by Semjaniv again to hold the ball up. Jackson's there, as is Barry Delaney. He's at 50. Turns around. Left foot kick across the goals towards Fraser. Coming out straight at the ball is McCone. And he's got help in Mark Brown. He taps it on in that direction now. Mark Brown gets a high tackle. Plays on at half back. They can set something up now, the Devils. He runs around Delaney. He's at centre half back. Kicks out towards Stephen O'Keefe. Has to sit and wait. Edgar, good play, but he's got help is O'Keefe through Johnny Cousins. Johnny Cousins runs through the centre, 2 bounces. Oh, he mucks it up. Gives it towards Timmy Ellis, who picks the ball up for Werribee. He can set something up now. It's up and down the ground. Stretton leads in front of McCone this time, and Stretton takes the mark at half forward.
Paul Stretton, he'll be kicking from a good 50 metres. Hasn't been very confident all afternoon. He's kicked 2 goals too out of the 8-14 here this afternoon. Just chips it over the top. A little bit of undisciplined football there by Corio on that occasion. And Cole Fraser just creates a loose man there in the corridor, and he'll have an opportunity here to bother the scorers. He's only kicked the 1 solitary point here this afternoon.
Good play by Stretton. I all thought he was going to go back and blaze away. He saw the option there of Fraser and took it, and Fraser took the chance to take the mark, and he takes the chance to kick the goal too. Cole Fraser gets his first of the afternoon, and where do we bring up their 9th? They're 9-14-68 on the scoreboard to 25-12-162. That's pretty good kicking, Ron, 25-12, isn't it?
It's, yeah, great kicking, but that's because of the team football that Corio have been playing all day, that they've never really been forced to kick more than their goals from 30 metres out.
That scoreboard, of course, Geelong District Football League Bingo Centre and the Geelong Football Umpires League. And we played 25 minutes into the final quarter. We just got a wide angle shot of Roddy Brain's rather large belly on the screen there. That's a great radio, isn't it?
Back in the centre, Vilchins gives a great thump to centre half forward, but Ricky Neville's back there. Short little kick around the corner to Dave Cousins. Left foot kick by him from the wing towards O'Keefe. He takes the mark in front of Vilchins. Oh, he'll have to get back or else there'll be 50 there again. He does get back, O'Keefe. Short little kick, the lead from Davey. He's a good kick too because he's found him at centre half forward on 50. Ashley Davey has got Mark Brown just filling the hole in between full forward and centre half forward, and he takes the mark in front of the Brad Spicer run from the back pocket. And Mark Brown will have a chance to kick his 2nd goal of the day.
Wouldn't mind a time and motion study result from Mark Brown. He's covered a lot of territory. And one of those clicker things they put on your foot for the time of motion, he'd be clicking and clicking and clicking merrily. I'd suggest he's been up and down the ground all afternoon.
Played very well.
Yeah. He's kicked 1 goal. And as Jason says, he's well within range here. Has to put the boot into it. He does. Long left foot kick from Mark Brown. Sharky O'Toole claps it, but the post clapped it as well. They just clipped it on the way through. 1 point only.
So Corio 25-13-163. And at Werribee Central's 9-14-68 on the Geelong Football Umpires League and the GDFL Bingo Centre final quarter scoreboard. Kick in by Buck, finds Vilchins at centre half back. Plays on quickly, gives the ball by hand to Edgar. He's wrapped up, tries to give it to Jackson. Dave Cousins goes through without the ball. Johnny Cousins is there. Good play by Johnny. Gets a push in the back. No free kick. Jackson over the top of him. Umpire Fanning will come in and bounce the ball.
Looks like Richmond are in front of the MCG or the Waverley. 1 point.
Good to hear.
Okay, bounce down here at the Western Oval. Midway between centre half forward and the centre of the ground. Corio in attack, in control, in charge. Not a problem at all. Over the back it goes to Paul Smith. His hand passes back inboard. Wasn't a good one. Scott Johnson got it out to Edgar. He's in a bit of stripe. They set upon him. The ball spilled free. Mick O'Toole, little toe poke. Goes in the direction of the butter. Mark Edridge, will it sit? It does. He picks it up. He's inside 50. Hand pass inboard towards O'Keefe, who dodged one just at the right time. At ground level, picked up by Davey. He fires at goal. He's put it through. Close to siren time. Ashley Davey kicks Corio's 26th goal for the afternoon, and he pops through his own particular 4th.
Yeah, great effort, Ashley Davey at centre half forward here this afternoon, and 4 goals from that position is a great effort, Cookie.
Well, he's kicked goals all year. He's been very consistent for them. 26-13-169, Corio. Werribee Central's 9-14-68. The final quarters brought was by the GDFL Bingo Centre and Geelong Football Umpires League. And time is just ticking.
101 points. A real credit to the Corio Devils here this afternoon, and Helen Smith would be delighted.
Marsh gets the tap down from the ruck contest towards Ettridge, goes back towards Marsh on the wing. He's got Johnny Cousins in support, but Marsh has still got his gone back about 30 metres to half back and then switches play towards Cousins and Barry Delaney. Barry Delaney's able to trap it. Can he get away from Cousins? He can't, but he handballs it towards McClellan. He handballs outboard to Paul Smith, who has to sit and wait, gets around Cornwall, back into his left foot towards Luddick at half forward, and Luddick takes the mark in front of Roach. Plays on quickly, the short kicks on, but it's intercepted by McCone. Good play. He goes across centre half back, looking towards Vilchins at centre wing. He kicks it in mid-air. It bounces back to him. He punches double-fisted towards Luddick at half forward. Werribee can kick a goal late. Luddick around the corner, left foot towards Beck, close to the boundary line. Oh, he takes a great one-hand mark close to the boundary.
A very tired boy too, Roland Beck.
Tried hard in his final quarter.
He certainly has, yes. Been one of their goers all of the second half, especially Roland Beck.
And hopefully he'll have the win between his shoulders, kicking from the same position Tyquin was in the third quarter.
Well, it must have been a bit painful for Wayne, that win between the shoulders. He missed it. Let's see if Roland Beck can do it a bit better.
Yeah, it's painful for him
Kicks
too.
it long, he kicked it left. 1 point only to Roland Beck. And Roddy, you've created one here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
At least you don't forget. That's good. I'm very appreciative of those comments, Gilbert. And yes, Werribee Central's 9-15, 69.
It's back to 100 points, Ron, I think.
Yes, it is. 26-13, 169. Corio, 100 points the margin.
Now, have you ever seen anything better than this? Dave Roach has kicked it to himself. He's missed it coming back to him. It's another point, is it? Oh, I think umpire Fanning's let him off there. No, it is another point, is it? We're just waiting for the goal umpire to signal his friend up the other end. He's kicked it in, he's dropped the mark, and it's rolled through from behind.
I hope we got that on screen. That could be one of those idiot things on Channel 9.
So that is a rush behind for Werribee.
Almost footy legend, Dave Roach. He's reduced the margin to 99 points. You better redeem yourself, son.
He wanted it to be the same as his number, 99.
Kicks it on the right foot. Up they go, no mark. Taken at ground level. Picked up by the Centrals flying. Shot on the left foot for goal. Peter Stripnik here it is. Home, the stripper. Puts one through, so Roachy...
He'll have to kick a goal at the other end now to make it 99 again.
I think he might have to sit on the interchange bench. He kicked it to himself and missed it. He must be getting tired, Ronnie.
Oh, that's a classic catch on guest video again here this afternoon at the Western Oval. Corio, 26-13, 169. Lead Werribee Centrals, 10-16, 76. On the GDFL bingo set up, Geelong Football Umpires League final quarter scoreboard.
Well, we did hear from Barry Walker at three-quarter time. Wayne Tyquin said, go hard the first 15 minutes, then sit back and enjoy it. Well, that's what you call enjoying it, kicking a point for yourself.
Back to the centre. Bounce favours Timmy Ellis. Turns around, looks out to the other side of the ground, and Robbie Edgar's made good position and takes the footy at centre wing.
He plays on quickly, goes towards Paul Smith. Good guts by Paul Smith. They had to run back with a flight of the ball. Ricky Neville bearing down on him.
Just about now, he's wishing he didn't.
Yeah.
He's lying on the ground.
Dropped the knee in the ribs, I would suggest.
He's a bit sore.
Yeah, that would have hurt. Right in the rib cage.
I think they're calling for the stretcher, but the trainers are on. A couple over there, so the free kick will go to McClellan on the mark. Now the free kick to McClellan on half forward. The umpire says to play on now, he does. He goes long. Vilchins is up there and Stretton. They wait in line. Good punch away. Paul Baker at front. Handball to Vlado Semjaniv towards Cousins. It bowls him straight to his legs. Held without the ball, Edgar. Falls to Jackson. Left foot kick around the corner. Semjaniv punches it away. Back towards centre half forward. Fraser. And also Barry Delaney. Tim Ellis is there. Get a right foot kick to it. Timmy Ellis has turned around and kicked his third goal. Good kick.
Yeah, nice kick there from Timmy. It's all sort of just wrapping down a bit now. They're all the same. Corio not playing with the intensity
siren
earlier. They don't need to because the siren's gone. Tim Ellis getting that goal just before the siren. And here the spectators streaming onto the ground. The Corio spectators, it's their first premiership. GDFL, they've kicked 26 goals, 13, 169. Defeating Werribee Centrals. The scoreboard just went up the screen. It'll be back in a touch, 11-16, 82. That was GDFL Bingo Centre and Geelong Football Umpires League final quarter scoreboard. And while Ronnie's going for the trophy, Jason.
Well, all I can just say is from there, the celebration's going on. It's not really one of celebration, it's one of relief, I think, that they've finally won their first senior premiership. They've been trying for a few years now. They've had a few chances. They've let it slip in the years gone by, but they've finally done it now and won their first senior GDFL premiership, 26-13, 169 to 11-16, 82. So a good win to Corio. We'll be back with the goal kickers and the best players and the presentation of medals and the Bay City Cabs Cup after this on 89.1 Country FM.
All right, let's update the AFL scores right now in the third stanza. MCG is where it's all happening, and Essendon has not kicked a single goal in this last quarter. They've only kicked 1 point, and Richmond have come up from behind 31 points to be in front at the moment.
82, and that's a 77-point margin in the end for Corio. Goal kickers, Cookie.
I'll get this job, do I? All right. Bretton Vilchins got one. Roland Beck got one. Peter Stripnik got one. Paul Smith got one. James Ryan one. Cole Fraser one for the Werribee Centrals. 2 goals to big Paul Stretton full forward. And 3 goals to a kick by Timmy Ellis. Now for Corio, single goal kickers Dave Cousins, Mark Brown, Steve O'Keefe, Swampy Marsh, Johnny Cousins, and that gem, the first one, Darren McNamara. Multiple goal kickers. Paul Baker kicked 2. Ashley Davey kicked 4. Mark O'Toole kicked 6 goals. And Wayne Tykeman at full forward kicked 7.
And good afternoon, John Etzel there, the GDFL Ballerine Publicity Officer.
Thought I'd lost my job there for a minute.
Sorry, yeah, Jason. A bit early.
You know something I don't.
Nice to see John here this afternoon enjoying the GDFL entertainment. Your better players, gentlemen. Jason, I'm looking forward to your votes.
Are you really? Well, Werribee, I thought Roland Beck played well in the second half. I thought he had a real go. I thought Brenton Vilchins played well for most of the game. He played a lone hand in the ruck. I thought Ray Robinson's game against him wasn't too bad either. Darren Fraser tried hard at times. Paul Stretton with 2 goals. Tim Ellis tried hard throughout the day. He kicked 3 goals and played quite well. I thought they wasted James Ryan in the back line. I thought he could have been moved up forward or into the midfield a little earlier in the day. Gareth Buck had the hard task early on against Tyquin again. Brett Membry did the job on him later on, and he still ended up with 8 goals. But their midfield was where they probably lost it. Their runners like Brendan Jackson and Darren Fraser and a couple of others probably didn't have the games that Brenton Vilchins would have liked. Corio, well, you could go through the whole side and say there wasn't a bad player. Nevada Cornwall in the middle, Butter Ettridge when he came on, Peter McCone in the back line with Darren McNamara. Their half back line was sensational, and the forward line, well, the goal kickers speak for themselves, I think.
And Mick O'Toole started sensational in that first quarter. I think Mick was injured because he was off the ground for a fair bit of time. Just come on in the last little bit there to have a bit of a run, I think. And Ian Cockrell went off the ground injured, and I thought he'd done some terrific work in the first quarter, not with statistics, but with his putting his body on the line and winning the hard ball when the game was up for grabs.
Okay, well, I'll give my votes first then if you want.
Thank you, Jason.
I've given 1 vote to Mark O'Toole. 6 goals for the afternoon in a grand final is a fantastic effort. He set them alight in the first half and continued it on. 6 goals, you can't beat that. 2 votes to Mark Brown on the wing. He had a sensational game. Both him and Dave Cousins runs along the wing. They both owned the wings today. There wasn't much competition from the Werribee wingman. I thought his game was impressive. And you can't beat 8 goals, 4 in a grand final. 12 shots a goal, Wayne Tyquin. He might have been a bit tired in the end, but to finish off with 8 goals is a fantastic effort in any game, especially a grand final.
Okay, now Cookie.
I apologise, Wayne. I think I said he kicked 7 in the wrap-up there. He did get 8. That's not about that. Mine, well, I've shared... Well, apologies to most of Corio and also apology to Brenton Vilchins. I thought he was the best player there for the Centrals, but I gave half a vote to Mark O'Toole.
You can't give half
a vote to Wayne Tyquin. No, I split the 1. I couldn't split them. I give them half a vote each. I gave 2 votes to Johnny Cousins. Thought his game was terrific around the ground all day. And I thought Mark Brown was the best player on the ground. I gave him my 3 points.
John Cousins 2 and Mark Brown. It's a pretty good call, Cookie.
Going to test your arithmetic with his half votes, wasn't he?
Yeah, it could come down to the crunch because Wayne Tyquin and Mark O'Toole. I gave 1 vote to Wayne Tyquin for 8 goals at full forward. Great effort. I gave 2 votes to Mick O'Toole. I thought his game was terrific in the first half. Certainly went off injured, but he set it up for Corio, and that was the reason why they got that big margin here this afternoon. And I gave 3 votes to Mark Brown. So Mark Brown is judged best on ground here this afternoon. Mark Brown it is. Number 27 for the Corio Devils.
Okay, we're just listening to Neville Whitley in the middle of the ground, who will present the Premiership medals and the 1995 Bay City Cabs Cup to the winners Corio. And we just see Noel Fanning race out with the Gets Video tankard and the trophy for Mark Brown.
I didn't give him a vote.
As the best player judged by us up here.
Okay, now, have you added up all the others' votes, gentlemen? 2 votes will go to Wayne Tyquin, because he's got, let's have a look, 4.5 votes.
4.5. Yes, that's the first
4.5 votes.
Can't read everybody.
Mark O'Toole has got 1.5. Vic O'Toole's got 2. Johnny Cousins 2. So, Wayne Tyquin will get 2 votes. And you've probably got to go...
Johnny Cousins and Mick O'Toole, I think, with 2 each, right?
Johnny Cousins will get the 3rd, yep.
Okay.
So, just Mark Brown gets our best player.
Yes.
Then second best,
Wayne Tyquin.
Wayne Tyquin, and third best
is Johnny Cousins.
Johnny Cousins. Okay.
And the umpires just getting their medals right out in front of us, and thought they did a great job, Murray Fanning and...
well, they were inconspicuous, weren't they? Mark Nolan and Murray Fanning. They were inconspicuous, and that usually means a good effort from the umpires. And Broney didn't go off at them, so they must have done a fair job.
And they couldn't have changed the result that I wanted to, I wouldn't reckon.
Well, the West Coast Junior Football League director in Don Cole has given it to John Cousins. So we disagree today.
We went far off.
We
though.
agree to disagree.
I had him as my second best player on the ground, and Johnny, he's enjoying this.
The captain of the Corio club also, Johnny. So, a good effort by him. And Noel Fanning now gets up to... gets the guest video award up. Bannockburn Sporting Trophy supplying the fabulous trophy for our player of the day. And of course, as you know, Mark Brown has won that.
And a popular choice by the sound of the
We've done okay, boys.
I think he might have been the players' pick, Ronnie.
We've done okay.
Oh, it's nice to spread it around anyway,
Yeah.
fellas, and give a couple of the players an opportunity to get up there and receive the accolades that they deserve.
He's pretty happy, Mark Brown. He's just throwing the hands back.
So the Premiership medallions about to be presented. And
Nevada Cornwall, Jason, tell us about him.
yep, Nevada had a good game in the centre of the ground, midfield. He played well this afternoon, vice captain of the side.
Okay, and Mickey Most at number 4 getting his trophy, come off the bench, did some good hard work when Ian Cockrell had to leave the ground.
Number 5, Mark Etheridge, who came off the interchange bench, and when he did come onto the ground, really committed himself as he normally does, and started off with a little smack in the jaw to get proceedings underway, and he was at home.
Number 6, Peter McCone, played a great game out of the back pocket and half-back flank. Him and Vlado Semjaniv across there were resolute all day in defence, and good effort from Peter. Cookies, mate.
Yeah, well, he's been very good to us over the years here at Guest Video, hasn't he? Darren McNamara, former captain and coach of the club, and that goal he kicked, I reckon he'll buy about 20,000 tapes of that, Ronnie, the first goal he kicked in the grand final. He's pretty happy, Darren McNamara.
And, of course, the next player up to receive it, Mick O'Toole, I thought was really sensational in that first half. Set it up well for the Crows. So good on you, Mickey O'Toole.
Vlado Semjaniv played at full-back today on Stretton. Stretton looked injured, but Vlado still put up a fantastic performance running from the back line. Him and Peter McCone set up most of the attacks, and he played a great game, the big man.
Yeah, next player is 13, Ashley Davey. Well, 4 goals from centre-half forward. He really is a mover around the forward line. He's not a marked man at centre-half forward. Doesn't stand there waiting for him to kick it. He creates the space, and he did that this afternoon and kicked 4.
Number 14, the dashing Baker boy.
Another one of my mates.
Yes, another Cookie hero, and Paul Baker, a great game on the wing. The long-sleeve Guernsey youngster, sensational, looks very happy with himself.
And Swampy Marsh, number 15, Craig Marsh, him and McNamara have been waiting a long time for this Premiership medallion, and he's finally going to get it around his neck now. Fantastic effort from him.
Ricky Neville was strong in defence, unobtrusive at times, using the fist to great effect this afternoon. Didn't try and outmark anyone, continually brought the ball to the ground for his little half-backs to, like Dave Cousin, them to run away with it. Did the job required.
Yes, certainly did. And the next player up, 26, is Stephen O'Keefe. Plays at half-forward, a very tall, athletic youngster who flashes in and out of the game regularly. Today, only kicked the 1 goal, but gee whiz, he was pretty handy to have a 6'1" player at half-forward.
Our guest player of the day, guest video player of the day, Mark Brown, is next up for his Premiership medallion. We judged him best of field. Great game on the wing from Mark Brown. He'll be a very happy man tonight.
28, Mark O'Toole, Sharky. The excitement machine of the Corio Football Club, and he certainly turned it on today with his kicked 1 goal in the first quarter, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. He got sick of it then, didn't kick any in the last, but 6 goals from a half-forward flank. He's a sensation.
Yes, certainly is a big future ahead of Mark O'Toole. Eddie Williams, cheeky little half-forward, came off the bench and was a surprise inclusion in the grand final side because he's been struggling in the last 6 weeks for form, but a job well done.
Ray Robertson, another one who was instrumental in their second semi-final victory and now their Premiership victory against Brenton Vilchins in the ruck, and also the chairman of selectors or the assistant coach, one of the other at Corio. Good effort.
The laconic Dave Cousins wearing 62 on his back. He seems to lope along the outer wing. We just about named one after him there at one stage, the far side. He kept getting the ball out there. He was terrific.
Ian Cockrell replacing his brother as an inclusion to the side. Greg, who is out with a bit of a quad injury, hurt himself in the early stages of the second quarter, and he'd be still very happy to acknowledge an award there, and there he is with his young fella. Very happy fella, Ian Cockrell.
And David Roach is the last one, number 99. He wears the highest number I've ever seen in football, and he hugs Neville Whitley and gives him a kiss and then gets his premiership medal. He's pretty happy about it, Roachy.
Is he happy?
He's pretty happy, and I don't think Carmel's kissed Neville like that for a couple of years. He slapped one on the cheeks there.
Johnny Cousins, the captain of the club. Well, we gave you, I think, 1 point in the finish here up here. Played a terrific game. His skill of being able to run through the pack is now renowned throughout the GDFL. He controls the football and he does kick it long.
Yes, he certainly does. And, well, here he is. The coach himself, Wayne Tyquin. What a performance. We've given him second best on ground here today with 8 goals, 4 for the afternoon. And he is a very, very happy and proud man, I would suggest, gentlemen.
And just waiting to receive the 1995 Bay City Cabs Cup from Neville Whitley, John Cousins and Wayne Tyquin, the captain and coach of the Corio side.
Neville Whitley just suggesting that Corio have had the burden of that chip on their shoulder for some time now and have finally got the shackles off the back of the Corio Footy Club with a great victory here this afternoon. 87 points in anyone's language is an enormous victory, Cookie.
Well, it's a big margin. Really, they only got it back in the last 3 or 4 minutes to under the 100-point margin when Corio just decided to settle back and just watch the game just finish at the last little bit there. And it's taken an outsider to come in and do this for the club, Ronald.
Yeah,
There it is.
There it is, the Premiership Cup held aloft to Wayne Tyquin and Johnny Cousins. Very ecstatic, and congratulations to all contributors to the Corio Sporting Club for 95.
Wayne Tyquin, just commiserations to the Werribee Central side, who probably, and I don't say this lightly, probably nearly played their grand final last week against Bannockburn. It was a pretty rough and bruising encounter, and took a lot out of them, I'd say.
It was a tough one to win. They had to win it, of course they did, to get the chance, but couldn't go on with it today at all.
So we're just listening to Wayne Tyquin addressing the crowd, which is still pretty big here, and don't forget we've still got the second division grand final replay to come after this.
Johnny Cousins doesn't want to make a speech, but he jumps straight down and wants to do a lap of honour. Well, a great personal year from Johnny Cousins. Runner-up, was he not, in the
correct,
Junior
in the
Best and Fairest
the
Award?
Whitley Medal, yeah.
Whitley Medal,
Yeah.
and now captaining a premiership side.
And best player in the grand final of the VCFL medal. So a great year he's finished off.
Yes, he certainly has. And, well, the club is on a high, and all that hard work that the committee have done over the last couple of years has now brought home the bacon. Final scoreline here, Corio 26-13, 169 points. Have defeated Werribee Centrals 11-16-82, and that was Paddy Woodless by Geelong District Football League Bingo Centre and Geelong Football Umpires League.
And Mark Brown's being cheered around the ground as they start their lap of honour. He's got one hand on the cup and one hand on Mick O'Toole's head there, I think, just to balance himself up a little.
And a very happy Alan Smith.
Okay, well, the Corio side just doing a lap of honour. We will take a break and be back. Before we do that, the guest video crew commentator as well, Ron Brown and David Cook, and we'll be back for the second division in just a moment. The cameras, David, the Mafia Man Garcia, and Dean, the Teabag Bushel, and our technical coordinators, Brett Ravera and Noel.